Teaching spoken English using the sounds we hear. Lesson 10 of 15. I, f, ing, ang, n. I. These letters are named IGH. When they're together, they sound like I, as in bright, light, delight, might. Bright, light, delight, might. These letters are named G and H. When they're together, they sound like, if it's voiced, it's a f sound. If it's unvoiced, there's no sound. So, f as a voiced sound, laugh, cough, rough. But no sound, that is unvoiced, daughter, bought, haughty. So voiced, f, laugh, cough, rough. Unvoiced, daughter, bought, haughty. Ing. These letters are named I-N-G. When they're together, they sound like ing, as in any verb that is a present participle. For example, the verb to eat, the present participle is eating. The verb to drink, the present participle is drinking. Ring, string, dingo, bingo. Ring, string, dingo, bingo. Eating, drinking. Ang. These letters are named A-N-G. When they're together, they sound like ang, as in hang, mangle, mango, language, languish, clang. Hang, mangle, mango, language, languish, clang. These letters are named I, R. When they're together, they sound like as in sir, stir, girth, dirt, birthday. Sir, stir, girth, dirt, birthday. This KN is known as the silent K. These letters are named K and N, but when they're together, they sound like N, as in no, knit, not, knowledge, knife, need. No, knit, not, knowledge, knife, need. Other examples: roughly, way, Pringle, tango, night. Roughly, way, Pringle, tango, night. Freight, sling, languid, dangle, knave. Freight, sling, languid, dangle, knave. Sentences using these sounds. His daughter laughed so much when she saw the bright lights that she ended up coughing. Luckily, The father knew that it was just laughter, not something else. He didn't want anything to go wrong today, as it was her birthday. His daughter laughed so much when she saw the bright lights that she ended up coughing. Luckily, the father knew that it was just laughter, not something else. He didn't want anything to go wrong today, as it was her birthday. Close passage. Complete the passage by using the most appropriate word from the word bank below. Make sure it makes sense. Word bank. Reading, mind, crime, enjoy, early, where, arrived, birth, knowledge. Reading, mind, crime, enjoy, early, where, arrived, birth, knowledge. I enjoy books. I don't. What sort of books I read. They can be fiction or non-fiction. I like novels and adventure stories. I reading history about mankind and we all came from and how we at the country of. This all adds to my broad of life. I enjoy reading books. I don't mind what sort of books I read. They can be fiction or non-fiction. I like crime novels and adventure stories. I enjoy reading history about early mankind and where we all came from and how we arrived at the country of birth. This all adds to my broad knowledge of life. Extension work. Read the passage and then answer the questions below. Punctuation in the English language has a symbol known as the apostrophe. Many people have trouble using this correctly, but actually, if you follow the rules, it is very simple. An apostrophe is only used for two reasons. The first reason is to show ownership of something, possession. For example, in a sentence about Bill owning a pen, the apostrophe is used like this. It is Bill's pen. The second reason for an apostrophe is when leaving a letter out of a word, omission. For example, she is a good person becomes she's a good person. And that's it. Questions. Number 1. What symbol of punctuation do some people have difficulty with? Number 2. How many reasons are there for using the apostrophe? Number 3. If the first reason is ownership, what is this also known as? Number 4. The second reason is leaving something out. What is this known as? Number 5. So how many reasons are there for using an apostrophe? Pause and practice. Pause. Practice saying the sentences that you have composed for your answers. Then check your answers, written answers and listening and saying, with the next slide. Practice this until you are able to say the answers fluently. Answers. Number 1. Many people have trouble using an apostrophe correctly. Number 2. An apostrophe is only used for 2 reasons. Number 3. Ownership of something is known as possession. Number 4. Leaving a letter out of a word is known as omission. Number 5. An apostrophe is only used for 2 reasons. Conversation topic. Australia is in the southern hemisphere, and its closest neighbours are New Zealand to the east and New Guinea and Indonesia to the north. It was originally a part of a land mass known as Gondwanaland. With climate change, the sea levels rose and the landmass called Australia was cut off and became a separate island. Tasmania, an island state at the southern end of Australia, became cut off later. Australia is known as the largest island because it is surrounded by sea, but the smallest continent. Describe the geographical placement of your country. Is it an island? Is it a large or small island? Is it made up of many islands? Is it a continent? Is it in the northern or southern hemisphere? Is it landlocked, meaning is there no coastline?